Hey, Mr. Naylor here, back again to share with you some information about the class and to talk about one of the big parts of this class this term. This is your project or your Create a Government project. It is worth 20% of your grade, so do not skip this assignment. That means the highest you could get is an 80% if you didn't do it. And that's assuming you got 100% on everything else. So let's go see about this project. So it starts, I think the first place you find it is Unit 2. And that's why I'm doing this video now. And it gives you, let's find it, organization, introduction. Maybe it's at the end of Unit 1. Yes, create a government overview. But we'll put this instructions here in Unit 2 so you can kind of see them. Well, anyway, the overview is you're going to create your own government. It's that simple. Lesson 3 is the project overview, which is kind of what we're looking at right here. Lesson 4 is your selection. You're going to choose your type of government. In lessons 6 and 7, you're going to work on the organization of the government, how it's structured, all the different parts and things like that. Lessons 8 and 9 get into details, as well as in lessons 12 and 14, more details. So just to pause briefly here, as you're going through your regular daily lessons for the government class, this is where you'll work on your project. So it's kind of a throughout the course of the class, or over the course of the class, you'll do the different parts. So then at the end with Unit 19, you'll just be ready to submit the rough draft. And I'll talk about that more in a second. So in 16 and 18, you're bringing it all together. And then in lesson 19, you're going to submit your rough draft. And you'll see this gap here from 19 to 26. Okay, when you submit your rough draft here in lesson 19, and let's go see what date that is. Lesson 19, that's going to be in Unit 5, maybe the end of Unit 4, real quickly. Lesson 19. But anyway, do not submit your final draft. And I know you're going to do this anyways, but don't submit your final draft before you've read my comments. Sometimes the projects are great, and I'm just like, go ahead, do it, submit this. But here, lesson 19 is your rough draft on October 4th. So what's today? August something. Maybe it's September by the time you get to this video, but you have about a month. So on August 4th, when you submit this rough draft, or it's due on that day, okay, then you have a few other assignments. Goes into Unit 5. So what I'm saying to you is please review your rough draft that you submitted back here and see what kind of comments, what kind of feedback I give you. Because sometimes, and I've noticed this now, is that students will turn in something and it might be missing a piece or two, but then they just resubmit the project again as a final copy. And I can't give you a better grade. I can't improve your grade. You can't improve your grade if you just submit it and quit it. So let's take that time, that gap time, where you can do that. So anyway, create a government is just like it sounds. You are creating your own government. You can be as creative as you want. In fact, I strongly encourage that. Here's a project example from a student from time before, and she did an oligarchy. If you don't know what an oligarchy is, it's a government in which a small group of people hold power. I like all the images that she added to her slideshow. There's the structure of her government, constitutional amendments, the amendment process. Each one of these things is discussed over the course of the lessons, where you see like the different details that you need to do. So that's one example. Let me give you another example of a project. This one's called Utopia Kingdom, and it has a whole different. It's a genocracy, one king, one queen, and then 3 voters. And so they've kind of outlined all of that. They've got the laws, the Constitution, individual rights, domestic policy, foreign policy, and overall, which is just kind of a summary. And here's the key: works cited. If you pull your information from somewhere, and you're going to, please include that. MLA, APA, either format is fine, but you need to include a works cited page, and that's discussed in the course as well. So, to summarize, create a government project. It's part of Government A. It goes over the course of the whole class. All right. It's worth 20% of your grade. Please, please, please do this project. And number one, most important thing, have some fun with it. Be creative. Be the king. Be the queen. Don't have a government at all. Just have a collective group of people that work together. I mean, just be as creative as you possibly can, because those are a lot more fun to grade.